What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ghost. I'll let y'all know I started a new YouTube channel. Basically, this channel, is gonna be me. Basically, me, just explaining about my life and how I grew up. How my past was, and how it still haunts me till this day. And why I go through, the changes that I go through, the reason why I feel the way I do. It's the story behind everybody. It's the story behind everybody's life. And I think it's just time for me to tell mine.
Every time you broke me, I fall back. Years in the system, all them days I done lost track. Devil made a path for the train, I was on that. I remember waking up like, man, this shit is real. I thought I was dreaming, you don't know how this shit feel.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ghost. So I made a new YouTube channel. Basically, this channel is gonna be explaining my life story from my past all the way up until now. But that's I said all that in the intro. But let's get into it. So we all miss being a kid, because the adult life is not where it's at for everything. It really isn't. I remember we all used to wish we was old enough to do this or do that or do this or do that. Now I know a lot of us wish we was kids still. Cause I definitely do. I definitely wish I was still a kid. But now life hit you. It hit you. Like, I'm 22 years old now. Like 22. Yes, I'm getting. It's crazy. I felt like I was just 14 years old, or just a teen. I'm a grown man now. Like, and I recently just turned 22. May 3rd. Yeah, I know a lot of us wish we were still kids. Kid life is where it was at. When you have to get up and work, and when you have responsibilities. The only thing we had was go to school and make sure our rooms was clean. Like, we had to of course follow rules or whatever that we didn't like. But as a kid, you really don't have responsibilities. Like, you're still free. Like, you're free. You don't gotta get up, go to work, and make sure you pay for this bill, make sure you pay for that bill, and just everything. It's a lot. But I wish I was still a kid. But as a kid, I lost a lot of time in my teenage years, away from my family. And things like that can really kill you. Just being away from the ones that you love for so long, that feeling will kill you. I never thought I would be the one to go through go through something like that, but I did. It's not like I wanted to, more like I was forced to go through it. I really didn't have a choice. But yeah, man, I mean, my mom, I love my mom to death. I really do. But like I said, I love my mom. And my mom, altogether, my mom had 9 kids, 9 of us. I'm the oldest guy out of my brothers. And my sister Leticia is the oldest female out of my sisters. But she's older than all of us, So, like I said, my mom had 9 kids. Imagine growing up in a house with 9. Like it was. I mean, my mom always had, we always had a nice, decent sized house. Like 5 rooms, or whatever. My sister and them had their own room, and my brothers and us had, we had our own room. Basically, which means, my sister and them all of them shared a room, and me and my brothers and us shared the room. And my older sister always got her own room, or whatever. But 4 of my sisters shared the room, and 4 of us as boys, we shared our room. But my brothers never really slept in the room with us. It was just me and my brother Unique. It was basically our room, because the other ones, they weren't really sleeping in the room. They'd rather be playing the game with my brother sisters and them. They'd rather be playing with dolls and things like that. Not saying they was gay or whatever, like but that's what they did. They was young for me, so they like to play with whatever they was doing. me and my brother always played, Xbox and things like that. We was into things like that. So we be playing, the Warriors game, or, Def Jam, or football, basketball, whatever. But yeah, man, my mom had 9 kids. And we used to do a lot because my mom was always constantly working. She was never home. But her boyfriend was there, sometimes, and sometimes he won't be there, but sometimes he'll be there. And I remember we made clubhouses, and I remember we used to get in trouble because we used to take all the covers off the bed and put the covers inside of the front door, close the door, and make that cover reach to another door, then put it tied on, onto another cover, and put that cover onto like somebody else's door, and then put it on the table and put it totally on top of it so the cover won't fall and just be up in the air. But I mean, we used to do a lot, man. We used to mess the whole house up, looking for things to do. I remember we used to cut boxes out and make fake skateboards and, put oil on the floor and try to slide, And I remember we used to get in the little totes, and the top to the totes, and we try to slide down the stairs. Like, we got hurt so many times, then we get in trouble when somebody get hurt because knowing we wasn't supposed to be doing it. We try to keep it on the low and just do it anyway. But when somebody get hurt, then we know it was over for that. Like, but and we used to fight all the time. Me and my brothers and sisters, like, just regular stuff. Like, we used to fight all the time. Like, we had hit my sisters in them, and knowing we wasn't supposed to hit them, we hit them anyway, and then they just start dragging it. Like, they'd just be crying, and we're looking at them like, you're not serious. Like, and they'd be crying, so we trying to shut them up, from my mom, or, somebody hear them, we offer them everything, like, I'll take you to the store, I'll give you $1 if you stop crying, or, I'll give you some cookies, or, what you want, and sometimes they wouldn't even go for it, they just go tell, so, or they wouldn't go tell, they just hit us back, so they'd catch us at the time where, we don't expect it, like, so, we'd just be sitting there playing the game, and they'd come, and you ever been smacked in your back so hard to where you feel a sting? I swear to God, we used to hate that, because they used to do it all the time, so they hit us mad hard to where, they sting our back, we put the arch on our back, you feel me, and we'd try to, they'd run out the room, so we start chasing them, and we chasing them all through the house, we flying down the stairs, we skipping the steps and all of that, and they'd run in my mom's room, and as long as they was near my mom or her boyfriend, whatever, or they'd run in the room and lock the door, then they'd be safe. But I swear, that hurt. It's the hurt. But it was still all love in my house, man. Because at the end of the day, after all of that, we used to sit down and talk and joke and laugh about it. Make jokes out of it. Like, because that's just what we did. Like that's the type of love. We had love for each other. We wouldn't hurt each other. Like crazy. We definitely wouldn't do that. I mean, we used to fight. Even me and my brother used to fight. We used to grab each other and slam each other on the wall and hold each other in headlocks and, just like we used to, punch each other, but not in the face, like just punch or just smack or whatever. Like, we used to fight. Me and my older sister used to fight, at the end of the day, it was still love, like we always had love for each other because we know, at the end of the day, we was all we had, like it was always us against the outside world, but, we used to always be outside. We had so many friends. Like, and we lived in a town called Liberty at the time. We knew everybody out there, and everybody knew us. Everybody knew my family because we was all over. Like everybody loved us. Some people hated us because we was like baby kids. Like that's what everybody always called us. But I remember, man, it was amazing. Like, yeah, we had so much friends. And we always hanging out and things like that. Like I said, my mom was constantly at work, so it's not like we always see my mom, whatever. But I remember, when we'd be outside and it'd be snowing, and we had 2 dogs. I think it was pit bulls, but we had 2 dogs. Our brolic dogs, like scary looking too. But one was a girl, one was a boy, and the girl was the meanest. Like, she was just the meanest. But everybody used to hate coming in our house because of the dogs. But every time we opened the door and they wasn't on a leash or whatever, they'd run out the door, and we had to chase the dogs all over. Like, we'd run all the way down the street, and I was trying to catch them. They'd run away from us, and it used to be annoying because, oh my God, people used to call the cops, and my mom wasn't there; she was at work. If our boyfriend wasn't there, we don't know where he was at, but we was there alone, and those used to get out, people used to call the cops, and used to make it look bad on us because, we didn't have nobody, to watch us and things like that. We saying, we got it. My mom told us not to open the door for nobody or not to let nobody in, or y'all better not go outside or whatever. And we'd do totally opposite. Like, we'd go outside and, we'd do what kids do. Like, we just misbehave. Like, we wouldn't listen, none of that. Like, but I remember the cops would come and try to help us catch the dog and things like that. We finally get the dog and then we'll take it inside, and we'll be so mad because, they'll ask, is anybody here watching y'all, and, whatever. But usually to avoid those questions, we'll try to move fast, we'll try to go inside, close the door, lock it, things like that. And when they ask, any supervisors or anybody here watching y'all, we'll say, yeah, they ran to the store real quick, they'd be back, things like that. We always, if it wasn't me talking, then it was my brother if I wasn't there, or if it wasn't my brother, then hopefully, my older sister was there, because really she was the one that handled all the problems. Like, if if it was a problem or whatever, then my sister, she'll be there. So we always get her for everything, and so my sister was like, she saved a lot. She saved us a lot, to tell you the truth. My sister was like a mother, like my mom wasn't there, she'd be there, and my sister, she'd cook for us, she'd clean and, make sure the kids was in bed, for school, and, make sure the TVs was off, and, like, she'd do all, she'd do all of that, as a mother, like, my sister, was the mother in my house also. Like, my mom wasn't there, my sister played, she was just the mother, wasn't even the sister no more, but she was the mother. Like, she was a sister, but she was really just a mother. Like, but yeah, we used to have great times a lot, have friends come over, enjoy, like, everybody loved our company, going to school. We used to love going to school, like, we used to love it. And I was always on the honor roll, I used to love school back then, a lot. I used to love school. I used to always be on the honor roll, go to the cafeteria and get the breakfast or whatever they was making. But honor roll was everything. School was everything. I had the best teacher, I can't remember her name, but I can't remember her name, but I loved her. I still love her, I'm guessing she still worked, in the school that I went to. But one day I go over there and try, see whatever, try to get a video, but I loved her, everybody else in my class, I loved them, it's just, we always got love, in the school, through everywhere, we always got love, so, my teacher always made sure I was alright, if I needed help or I needed to talk about anything or whatever, she was right there, she was always right there, and I love her to death for that. She was there when she, whenever she was, able to be there for me, she was. She made sure she was. She didn't make up an excuse and none of that. She was always there. She always made time for me. And it was crazy seeing somebody, just seeing somebody do that for for you, because she didn't have to be there, but she was. She was. But we went through the worst, like, even, living in the house and my mom boyfriends and whatever, I used to literally get into fights with my mom boyfriend, we used to fight and everything. Like, me and my mom boyfriend used to grab us up and or punch me and my brother in my chest whenever we just sat in a room. And I used to try to fight them. I try to swing and all, like, that my mom boyfriend for real, like, we never liked my mom boyfriends. We always got into arguments with them and things like that, including my older sister. She always got into arguments with my mom boyfriend and things like that. But we never liked my mom boyfriends. I guess my mom just didn't know how to pick them at all, because we used to bump heads with all of them. But yeah, but everything was lovely. It was just everything. Like, for real, it was everything. Like, we seen, but it did come to bad times also. Like, we seen my mom get beat on, or my mom would come to the house with a black eye, or a story, saying, crying, saying, such and such did this or whatever, like, and at the time, I was little, so I couldn't really do anything but get mad. My older sister, she was always on point. Like, she was always ready to go. Like, she'd get dressed, get dressed, or shoes on, and be like, I'm not playing, where you at, leave out the house. And go to his house or whatever, and we'd be right behind her, as, brothers and sisters, we all, stick together, as one. So, my sister get dressed, she start going out, my mom will call my aunt and them up, let them know what's going on, and they'll come out, and, it was just, it turned into something big, because it was big, but, just seeing my mom with a black eye, just looking at her like, what, I know he ain't do that to you, like, why would he do that, why would he put his, his hands on a female, a grown man put his hands on a female, like, especially, not just any female, like, my mother, like, so that, just seeing that, not just once, but a couple of times, it happened. My mom always was crying, always see my mom crying, and, over a guy, and the guy putting hands on her, or, just anything, like, it was just, I seen my mom, my mom boyfriend actually cheat on her, like, my mom found out, and she lost, like, I seen her cry, and, she sat on the porch all night by herself, drinking, and listening to music while me and my, brothers and sisters inside, and we was acting up, doing what we did, building clubhouses and having fun, things like that, and my mom was on the porch, she was crying, or unless she was, crying, she was on the phone, and she was drinking and smoking little cigarettes, but, she was on the phone or whatever, had the front door open, and, I remember just, I was always just staring at her, because, like, I was young, but we understood what was going on, like, I understood what was going on, so I just stare at my mom, and I just, like, literally just stare at her, and I seen her crying, I seen the tears, falling down her face, and she on the phone, just crying, and, I was always just watching, but, sometimes my grandmother would come over and sit with her, they'd have conversations on the porch, and things like that, my aunt would come, or, they'd just all get together sometimes, and just sit on the porch, and drink, smoke cigarettes, just laugh it up, and, just tell jokes, and, my mom be laughing, and everything would be, fun, I should love them coming over there, cheering my mom up, because I seen my mom go through the worst, especially having 9 kids, and she's struggling to take care of all of us, and not even just us, like, when she had, boyfriends, it's not like they had jobs or whatever, like, they just live in the crib, so she was basically just taking care of them also, so, like, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, my mom did put, guys, before her kids, she did do that a lot, but at the end of the day, we still had what we needed, at the end of the day, we still had, what we needed, we can't always get what we want, because, her boyfriends, wanted something, and she'll put them before us, or whatever, like, but at the end of the day, we did have what we needed, and, I respect my mom for that, because at the end of the day, she was just trying to make both ends meet, like, and she was doing her thing. That's why I would never hate my mom, like, I can, it's, the story gets deeper from here, but, I'm just tell you, I love my mom, and everything, but it's like, when I look at my mom, sometimes it's hard for me to look her in her eyes, because of everything we've been through, and a lot of things that, a lot of the things that she done, but I love my mom, to death, and, plus you only get one mother, for me, so, appreciate her while she's here, and I'm gonna always do that, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. She carried me, she had me, and, she tried her hardest to raise me, but yeah, we seen my mom go through the worst, and, but as kids, man, we seen a lot of things that we shouldn't have seen, but we seen it anyway, and, like I said, man, school was everything. She loved school. Me and my brother was always on the basketball team. Basketball was always fun. We was nice in the ball. Everybody, knew we was able to, we could play basketball and things like that. Like I said, we had a lot of friends. A lot of people liked us. We used to get in trouble, but so we was just kids. We ain't really know, right from wrong at the time. We used to always get in trouble. Sometimes we didn't know right from wrong, we didn't know we was doing wrong, but we'd do it anyway because, think we was gangster and all of that, But, yeah, like, we was fighting, we was doing everything, like, we was doing it all, as kids, like, we went through the worst. But, yeah, my mom had 9 kids, man, we all went through it. We seen my mom struggle to the fullest, and, it was times where we didn't have, no food in the house, and we was hungry. It was times where, we see my mom. I see my mom break down mentally because, you know, things was hard, and all the pressure was on her, and just remember my mom had a huge house, so she paying for this, she paying for that, she paying for food. She also had a vehicle, so she had to pay for that, and we didn't know how hard it was until now. Like now I'm grown, so I'm paying for a vehicle, and when I was paying rent and things like that. So it's like I know how it felt now, like and for her it was it was worse because she not just she didn't just have that stuff to pay for, but she also had 9 kids on top of that she had to take care of, make sure we needed for school and things like that. So it's like now we really understand. So now when I look at her, I'm like, damn, why you like you strong as fuck, like she was by herself, a single mother, like she doing whatever she had to do. But for real, man, I love my brothers and sisters, man, for real. Like we all went through the worst. We all went through the worst, but we also, went through our happiest moments, with each other, but you know, but yeah, we did a lot, man. When it's snowing, we have like a little snowboard, go outside, play, build clubhouses and everything. But everything was always amazing, man. It was everything, for real. It was just everything, like a dream come true. Like you don't realize what you have until you lose it. Me and my brothers and my sisters and us, we always argued. And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of times we was ungrateful because, we didn't really know, like, for me, like, we didn't really know. But we was ungrateful a lot. But like, that's why I say, just appreciate what you have while you have it. Because when it's gone, trust me, you will realize what you had. You would definitely realize it. But we're gonna explain that too. But like I said, when it's gone, you won't notice, because it won't be the same at all. And that's not what I'm explaining to y'all now.